Folks, welcome back to So Bad It's Good, presented by Betches Media. Today, this is like a dream come true for me. Bergie surprised me last night and said, hey, do you mind if this person pops by the show? And I was like, are you kidding me? Because I had been crying for the last day and a half ever since I saw this week's Traitors, because I was so upset and I had so many people reach out to me checking if I was okay, because I rooted for this person from day one. Ever since I saw her on her season of Survivor, saw her make that fire in one of those final episodes, I rooted for this person, and I've loved watching her every week. Bergie is the best for doing this. It's important to have friends in high places. Unfortunately, we had to say goodbye to her this week on The Traitors, so this is a spoiler, but my God, it is such an honor to welcome Carolyn Wiger to the show. Carolyn, welcome.
Thank you for getting my name right as far as saying it. And you know how many times I've wanted to change it? And you're really good at intros. Like,
He's amazing. I say it every time we do an intro. I'm like, there's no one better than Ryan Bailey. I said it last week with Taylor.
Listen, I want to say just from the top, if anybody doesn't know Carolyn's power after this season, go watch Survivor and just go watch. I'm telling you, you will see what a special person she is. And so I was so excited when they cast her on this show, and she did not disappoint, even though I will say, man, I'm disappointed. How are you doing?
Don't have them watch, because it's like, seriously, the Survivor, and you think I didn't feel that out there? Like, girl, my dog's scrolling at me. You think I didn't feel that out there, where it's like, seriously, and that this is Survivor all over again? And not only that, like, then watching it, it's like, stop giving me this great edit. Like, give me the Danielle edit, because it sucks. Because it's true, because this, now I'm literally like, because I know what happens, so it sucks. It's like, and now here I am, and I'm
But Carolyn, don't you realize though that, like, don't you feel though this massive amount of love coming your way? And I know it's probably stressful because everybody wants a piece of you, but man, this is so cool to everybody to see how special you are. And like, to me, you're a lock for Survivor 50. I think you are, and somebody else said this, you are the Mount Rushmore of the new era. I need to see you on Survivor 50. Aren't you happy and proud of yourself that you actually took it this far?
Yes, like, again, I'm not going to be like, oh, but it's still hard because of like stuff I've been through in my personal life, but also just because of, I truly thought I'm going to go out on Survivor and be the freaky weirdo that people make fun of. I'm going to have like, and I thought that, I was like, you know, I really hope that they show like the layers of me, but I was fully prepared to just have the one-dimensional cartoon character edit. I really was with Survivor. So I was like, whatever happens, happens. But I did not expect, like, first of all, to get so much screen time, to have so much of me shown, and then to show my story. And they kind of lead it up where it's like, first I'm, and then it's like, wow, she has a brain. And then I get to share my story and share. So I never in a million years I thought I'm going to be edited as a cartoon, but I didn't expect like the overwhelming response that I got. And it's kind of like Bergie, like, I didn't know who the hell Bergie was. I didn't. So he's on the Traitors, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And he's from Minnesota. Like, cause like, girl, like, Minnesota is not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not like and then I watched, because yes, I did. Then I had to watch like the,
Season 2 of The Traitors, or Love Island?
Love Island. And it's like, I understand why people would love Bergie. Like, I get it. Like, it's that like wholesome, I get it. So, but yeah, I never thought that I would get and then get the call for Traitors. All of it seemed like crazy. And then get to be picked as a traitor, because again, I am that, like, I'm not the Tony, I'm not the Rob, I'm not the Sandra, I'm not the Parvati. I am literally.
Yes, you are, Carolyn.
Yeah.
Like, I know you don't see that, but like, I'm telling you, you are. Bergie, what did you think when you first, I mean, you know Carolyn obviously a little bit, but when you started watching her play, what were your thoughts? Because we've been talking about this since episode 1. What did you think of Carolyn?
Carolyn, I think you had like one of the best strategies going into it. And I think your only downfall was having one other traitor with you, which was Danielle. Like, you would have made it all the way to the end if Danielle wasn't there. I am convinced if Danielle wasn't in that traitor's turn with you, if she was a faithful, you would have gone all the way to the end and won.
Wait, does that keep you up at night? Like, Carolyn, you're like, I should have made this move, or because even in this final episode.
No, I'm not like Jerry's in your butt. So it's not like Jerry. It's not.
Jerry's her dog, you guys.
Yeah, golly, stop licking. So like right away, yeah, I was like heartbroken. I'm not kidding you. The pain that I felt was it was horrible. I was like, oh my gosh. With Survivor, it was like, okay, yep. And it was, whoop, it hurt, but like not like this because
really,
I'm winning this. I really felt like that. But then again, it's like, then I watch the episode where I'm banished and I'm like, wait, what? Where am I? Because again, like, I don't want to be like, I hate people who go on these shows and then are like, but what you didn't see, or I don't like it. I didn't do it on Survivor when they were like, well, because they really did show everything. But with this episode, I truly was like, wait, what? What is like, and I get it. And the only thing I can say is like, I know that it needs to make sense as to why I'm gone. But even the whole, so even like the chess pieces, okay? It's all like Carolyn set herself up. No, yeah. I didn't. My thought was, no, okay. My thought was like, that's so obvious that like, yes, I am the one. Dylan makes it seem like Carolyn's the only one who says that. No, I'm not. It happens. It happened all the time. And no, like Dylan, did you listen to me? We literally were in a fight the second week because we like you weren't hearing me.
And you went to him. You even said, I went to you. You say that at the round table and he goes, I know, I feel horrible about that.
So him to say that in the confessional, and I know that they do a lot of the confessionals like after like makeup ones or whatever. Like I doubt that confessional was done before. That was done right after I was banished, or not right after I was banished. That was done like later. The makeup confessionals, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like you're filming it after like the show's
after
done,
it happened.
Yes,
or after it happened.
Because I'm thinking, girl, please, like I am not. So the only answer that would make sense for that would be me or Tom. Okay. So some of them, yes, I was absolutely thinking like, not how are we going to, like, I didn't give a crap about the money, but you want at least a little bit. So it's not that I'm like throwing myself in there and framing myself. My thought
you were the obvious answer. You were the obvious answer for that question.
But also, why would why would I then as the traitor, like it was like the double obvious. Why would I?
But see, you must have been so flooded with like anxiety because at the same time, Danielle was gunning for you like since 4 episodes ago, wanting to get you out. You called it correctly. She wanted to get her best pal Britney in there, which is so weird, that codependent relationship, in my opinion. And so you were correct in the turret at the beginning of this episode saying, there's no way I'm going to do this. You are going to pull Britney in and then I am done. You are going to throw me to the wolves, which I truly believe she would have. She would not have taken you to the end. I know you don't want to say bad things about anybody, but that is my opinion. Bergie, was that your opinion?
That is my opinion. That is my girlfriend's opinion. It was just like, hell no, can you recruit Britney? And hell yes, you need to get rid of Danielle. Like, it needed to happen. It's like so infuriating the whole season.
It's really hard. And this is like, when I'm watching, I'm like, okay, and so good. I want justice for that shield or that chess piece, because no, I was not trying to like, or I didn't accidentally frame myself. It was to me like the obvious like traitor, as far as like a traitor. If I'm the traitor, why would I pick that and put myself in there? Does that make sense? Anyway.
No, it makes sense, and that fits your character too, like being loud and being like, "No, it's me, guys. Like, I have my opinion. I'm going to state my opinion." Like that fits.
Why would I be that dumb?
And again, it doesn't make you dumb.
If I'm dumb and I make them all own it, I have trust me. I'm not that like where I'm going to be like, and I'm like in my confession, and I'm making this power move. I don't care. And I want to
No, that's Danielle and her talking heads. She's always like, I'm making this power move. And I'm sorry. I just don't like the strategy she is going by of like, woe is me, the shaking and the crying. And I'm trying to be respectful of Big Brother players. I just don't get it because I don't watch like I watch Survivor and Housewives. So I don't understand that strategy, and I find it very weak, in my opinion. So you're like damned if you do, damned if you don't when you get to that round table, because you know that your name is up.
here's the deal. And I want to say this too, for that one with Tom, where I was being obvious, I will own that I got defensive with Dolores. That was suspicious. Yeah, it was. I was like, but I wanted to give Tom, I saw a lot of myself in Tom.
You're a good singer as well, aren't you?
I suck at singing. I love Tom's voice. People were mean to Tom and I didn't like it. And Dylan knew that. Like, I was always sticking up for Tom because when people didn't listen to him, because I saw myself in him. And again, like he does lack self-awareness. He does, but I loved him. Like, I felt like, screw you bullies. Like, listen to him. And so I wanted to give Tom, what was the chess piece? I think it was like the leader or something.
Who's the biggest threat of this? Oh, the leader of the pack, and he says he's a lone wolf.
So when I heard him like, yeah, I think it could be me or whatever the hell I was like, yeah, I wanted to give Tom that moment that somebody else out there had that opinion of him, or someone else could at least buy into it and believe in him for one moment. That was a human moment. I didn't think anything of the game. I just wanted Tom to freaking feel heard. Good.
So you still were able, and I think you're one of the only traders that were still able to have human moments that you allowed to play. You played the game, but you also had these human moments because we also saw your relationship and your friendship with Gabby progress, which I want to spin off with you and Gabby. Like, I want something where you and Gabby get together in some way. But like, when you head into this game, you know you're from Survivor, you're picked, you can't believe it, you get there. Do you already have a strategy going in, and then you're thrown off your game the first time because all of a sudden they put Boston Rob up and they're like, hey, you can pick this guy if you throw somebody to the wolves, and he isn't picked, and then Wes, Derrick, and Boston Rob get into the game. What was your strategy going in?
My strategy going in was, I say this throughout, I just want to have fun. And that was my strategy. I'm going to be myself and freaking have fun. And I'm like, if I get, like, please pick me as the traitor because, like, I'm going to separate it and I'm going to be able to play and, like, separate my emotions, because my thought was, like, I'm going to, like, try to do, like, surface level stuff because I cannot, like, I can't, like, this is not the same to me as, like, Survivor, because Survivor is people that are, like, they have an understanding of the game. They have an understanding that you're going to get cut, be cutthroat and you're going to stab. I'm not playing with those types of people. And it's, I guess, like, people don't, well, then they should know that's the dynamics. I don't care. I didn't want to go to that level because I just felt like, read the room. We're with, like, people who don't understand this stuff. And
all. Dolores still doesn't know where she's at, I don't think. She's throwing her votes at Tom still. And Bergie, we were talking about this, the difference between gamers and reality stars. And Danielle, I know I'm sorry to keep harping on her, but she's very lucky that she is playing with who she's playing with, because they are buying whatever that act is, they are buying it. And gamers just are at a different level. Carolyn, did you feel that gamers are at this different, like it's just unfair almost to some of these other people because they don't know what's happening?
Which, again, some people, well, that didn't, I don't know. I don't care. I don't agree with it. And it's like, I think that the people that were out there at the round table, well, first of all, I believe, like, Dylan, was pretty certain she's a traitor. Same with Britney. But I felt like even Gabby, Dolores, Lord Ivor, Tom, I don't think that, Tom was on his own planet, but I feel like people they wouldn't think that people would go to those levels that she went. I don't think that, like, that's what I think people thought, that, like, this has just got to be her, because why would anybody be, like, convulsing on the floor? I don't think that people thought that, like, you would go, you don't think that, like, we're playing a game.
Because you didn't see that until after you watched the edit, right? Because you had already left after your speech that it's not fun to be a traitor. You leave, she falls to the floor and starts convulsing. And, also we found out this week from Chrishell, actually, that she was also swearing on her grandchildren all the time, which I think that's a gameplay, but it's a very interesting one that reality stars don't understand. So they bought it hook, line, and sinker.
And again, that's, I guess, is very, like common in like the gaming or Big Brother. And I'm not even, have I seen it on, I don't watch Big Brother, but on Survivor. Yes, I've seen it on Survivor. For me, even in the gaming world of Survivor, like I don't agree with it, but that's just not my style. I couldn't do it. But yes, certainly somebody like Chrishell or like nobody's going, and I don't want to say somebody like, but someone who's not familiar. It's like, what? But even me as a gamer, I'm not expecting like people to be doing that. So it's just shocking. Like,
Bergie, what do you think?
Well, I think it's such like a cheap cop-out kind of move too. Like, Carolyn, you would never swear on your child's life, like that you're not a traitor. Like, it's so like pathetic, and it's like to go to that extent. That's like taking the game outside of the game, where it's like we don't have to go to real life. We're supposed to be playing a game right now, not bringing it into our daily lives.
It's.
I mean, we want to remain positive, so I just think that's something that. No, I know, no. Listen, no, I'm just sorry. I'm still seething with anger from the other night because I've told Bergie every week I just want Carolyn to get to the end. But like looking back, you watched the episode. I saw you were posted on Instagram stories. You watching it, and I think people are like. Because I thought you had Danielle dead to rights. And you said, I'm going in with feeling I haven't really planned what I'm going to say. In retrospect, do you wish you had planned a little bit more? Because I've been sitting here making arguments for you. I'm like, oh, I wish I was in her ear. I would have told her to say this or told her to say that. What was your feeling at that round table? Were you like, just like on the,
My thoughts are like, girl. So first of all, like, and again, like I will say that I think that like they have to make it make sense why I'm gone and like I'm suspicious but of course like there's just things that were not able to be in the episode, and to be honest, there was a lot that what caught me. Okay, I was very aware that like I'm not gonna like go. This ain't like Survivor where like you have your hey Tom, because I like Tom. But working wise together, like Tom is always going to be on his own cloud, on his own island, on his own. But I just like, okay, I get it. I know I'm not gonna be able to like count on Tom. I also know that Dolores is not. I never thought Dolores would write my name, and I knew Dolores is not gonna vote Danielle. So there's already boop. But Ivor, like I absolutely thought I had Ivor. I did. We've talked.
Well, he was with you until he went into that kitchen and talked to Danielle, and then Danielle threw that out there with that little weak argument.
I'm sorry, but Danielle's eyes during that whole conversation and her doing like all this big acting, I'm like, settle down, Jesus. I'm sorry, but anyways.
No. I know we keep saying the same things, but it really is frustrating. Obviously, we didn't see a lot of things. I also wanted to ask really quickly about Boston Rob because you know Boston Rob from all of these games, and you said it very point blank. And after he made that move on Bob the Drag Queen, it was very hard to ever trust Boston Rob again. And he would come in just very like still, and he would throw out these arguments, and finally he was out. But do you think, because he said I would have taken Carolyn to the end, do you believe that?
Did I believe him because he said comments like that? And here's the deal, like this is the truth. Like, again, I have no reason to like, this is exactly what happened. I was with Danielle. Like that was the person I trusted from day one. It was me, Danielle, and Dylan, day one. And again, I get why like they want to show me as being more of the loner and whatever. That's fine. I mean, I truly am so good. But I was close with Britney early on. I was close with, but again, they don't show all this. Yeah. And then me, Dylan, and Danielle. And then Dylan got closer with Danielle. But we were always, it was like, I trusted Danielle. I was shocked. I was floored when he told me that she was coming for me. At that moment, because I was like, Danielle, we got to get Boston Rob out, blah, 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 blah. I switched. And not only did I switch, but I went up to Boston Rob and I said, girl, you are way too smart. And I know you're going to hear it from somebody that I've been coming for you because I have. And I said, I want you to know that, because I think I'd come up with some lie, and I said to him like, yeah, I did say your name, but it was just to like suss people out to see if they, oh my God. And then I go, I got to cut the bullshit. Like, you're too smart for this. I said, Boston Rob, I want you to know. I said, I need you. I need your voice. Because I knew people listened to him. Good.
Yeah.
This is the God honest truth. I wrote him a poem. I didn't get a chance to read it to him because
But you read it on your Instagram, which was beautiful.
I had 2 of them. And I was like, I'm like, I wanted nothing more than to me and him to team up. And but we just didn't get on the same page. And the other problem right before he was banished, it was like, I'm like, no, Danielle. And he's like, no, you told me Britney. And I'm like, no, girl. I was like, Danielle. He was afraid of like the recruitment and all that crap, which I get. But I was like, I just wish he would have been on the page, like, because he could have. Yeah, good. Do I believe in myself? Sure. But Boston Rob is literally a magician and I needed his help. And I knew that. So you probably are wondering, well, why the hell at the round table were you like, Wes is the scapegoat? I'll own this. I'll own my shit. First of all, Boston Rob was on his 20 billionth life. He was there was not, everyone was suspicious. He could have been gone. Like, do you get what I mean? So It was like, there was no hope. Like, there really was not a ton of hope, but also it is I did turn the round table. What happened was Tom, because people were all like, no, I don't think so. I remember Dolores was like, I don't think it's Rob. I don't think it's Rob. And Tom kept going. No, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And people were shutting him down left and right. And it triggered something within me. And I was like, and they didn't show this, but I said, okay, so Boston Rob can say, and again, this is good. I'll own this shit. I wanted Boston Rob to say, but I literally go, Boston Rob can talk and say anything. But because Tom is Tom, people don't take him seriously and nobody will listen. Just be quiet and listen to him for 2 seconds. He's got some valid points. And then I'm not even kidding. Then Rob is gone. And I'm not saying I did that but Rob was like kind of quiet. But it triggered me. I was like, I'm sick of this. Tom, the people are always so rude to, and they shut him down. And I was like, Tom, like, let him talk. But I really didn't want Rob gone. And I did that.
I mean, it's preconceived notions because obviously I don't think you watched Vanderpump Rules. A lot of people knew about Scandival going in, just like a lot of people knew about Boston Rob. So I think he had an uphill battle, just like Tom, but in a different way. Bergie, what else did you have for Carolyn?
So I have like two quick fun questions. So Carolyn, when we first met, you jokingly told me you won the show, and I absolutely think you still have won the show. You
won the show to me.
I think a lot of people, that was the season finale. The show is now over.
I'm done. I'm done watching Traitors. I threw my TV out the window.
You also told me you had like one of the most interesting experiences playing the game, and I wanted to know now, like 8 months later or however long it's been, like what are your opinions on the show now after you got to see like the edited version?
I'm grateful, like regardless, and this is the truth. Like I was jealous because you were like, yeah, I made all these friends, and it was such because Bergie's experience was just like, oh mate, like you were like, I love, and a guy was like, oh, and I was a little jealous because I was like, where I feel like it was lacking for me was the fun part. And again, I didn't look at it like that, but again, that's just me. But I didn't look at it as like, I'm going to go out there and like, this means business. Again, we're out there for money, but I had a really shitty like year before or whatever. And so this was like, when I got the call to do this, I was like, so excited. I was like getting my outfits ready. I loved the show. And when I say that, I was watching season 2 when I got the call and I was wearing my Parvati headbands. I was wearing my cloak. I was ready. I didn't even believe that the call was real. I was so freaking excited. I felt like I love Alan. I love watching. It was a dream. And so, yeah, I thought like, this is going to be fun. And so going out there, it was so serious. And so.
Would you think it would have been different if you were a faithful though? Would you have had more fun or would it have been just as serious for you?
That's what Dylan said. Dylan's like, Carolyn, I truly, if you would, what is going on with I was curling my hair and then I stopped.
By the way, you look like Alan Cummings in this episode. He looked like the girl from Rugrats.
Oh my God. I felt like, I don't agree with that necessarily. I don't know actually, because I say it in my banishment thing, like, but I don't want to be, or it wasn't fun. I think I don't want to like blame Danielle. Our playing styles were just very different. if I would have been with like a Gabby or something, yes, it would have been fun. Because again, I did not look at this game as something that needed to go so crazy serious. And again, when you're with people, it was like it really did. It impacted my like energy. It made me like just anxious, and I just wanted to have fun, and I didn't think it needed to be this intense. And I'm not going to lie, like some of those roundtables were like, and I know you've been in round, like they're intense, but I was like covering my ears. A lot of it, like Tony, even like, you're a sellout, bro. I'm like, this sucks. This is awful. This is like Tony, and Tony was even tearing up, crying. And
I couldn't believe Tony went that hard at Boston Rob saying you're a sellout. I was like, oh my goodness.
I couldn't believe it. So I'm like, this is literally like, do people know where they are right now? And again,
You're
I
in
know
the jungle. You're in the jungle, baby.
It was, and I just didn't expect people to like, sue me. I didn't think it would be like that. So yes, was it fun and amazing though? So many times out there, I was again, so grateful to be a traitor. So grateful I got picked. I knew, I was like, this is so cool. I always would look at things in the castle or even like the different missions, and I'd look around and be like, oh my gosh, they do such a good job. And I can't wait to see this on TV because it's so freaking cool. So yes, this last episode, I'm not going to lie. I'm like, this sucks. There's shit like this sucks. But all I can say is like, I feel like they, because of course, like, there's stuff that just isn't talked about that we can't talk about. And I'm like, because of course I feel like, because you think I didn't mention like the Jeremy murder, or like it starts out with like an argument where I'm like, well, how do you know that for sure? Like, well, no, that's definitely because you're swearing on your kid. And so it starts out, but all that then is cut. And so again, I get way it's going to seem like I just didn't say shit and I cried the whole time. And I did cry the whole time. And I'm not going to lie and say like I had some masterful, I don't talk.
No, those were real tears, I believe, from you. I think they were fake tears. I think they were fake tears from another traitor that will remain nameless. I know we have to wrap up because I know you're very busy.
Not.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure. I just don't want to abuse your time. I do want to ask one thing, though, because the last couple of episodes, or since the beginning now, it just seems like the game has become traitor against traitor, and that's not the game. The game is to get faithfuls out. And I feel like they're setting up a bad precedent for the next season and seasons to come, because when the celebrities that watch this show, that go on this show, are going to be like, okay, even if I'm a traitor, because it's easy to get out of traitor if you're a traitor. You can like throw down in a very hard way. Do you think it sets up a bad precedent for traitor against traitor?
This is literally like, just put people like this. I don't know how this game is going to be working moving forward. I don't, because again, I didn't go out there thinking like I'm going to go for them right away. For what? My thought, because my name was never out there, was like, I am going to wait until they tank their own games, and then I'll go for them once I have to. Do you get what I mean? I'll go once I don't have any other choice and everyone's suspecting them. Again, my name's not out there. I have no reason then to like be
at all. Trishelle was shocked. Trishelle was shocked on that face-to-face. She said, I could see it with Danielle, but Carolyn is going to win this game. I couldn't believe it.
It's hard. So
or Chrishell, sorry.
I think that 100% this is, but don't put people in that turret though that are so damn serious. Like, this should be fun. But secondly, this isn't a game where it's like, you should. Oh God, I'm sorry. I'm still emotional about it a little bit. No, I'm not. Edit that out.
I'm emotional about it. Bergie, what else do you have?
Well, so you kind of tapped on those questions, but I was going to ask, if you could change anything about this game, what would you change? Because Ryan was kind of tapping into that a little bit.
I want to rule against traitor. I think you can only do it like one or two times in a season. You can't do it every week, because now I feel like she's going to recruit. Well, I'm not going to spoil. We'll do that in our later.
Yeah,
I don't want Carolyn to get in a bad. Yeah.
But like, I try to think of like things that you could do, but it's like, what happens if everyone's piling onto a traitor, or like, then you can't save yourself. So it's just like a hard thing. It's like, I don't know what you can change about the show, but I want to see something where it's, you can't banish another traitor, or you have incentive for none of the traitors to get banished.
Yes, or like again, because again, the obviously the traitor angel theory is like, or or the traitor angel thing is a thing, and it's catching on. Yes, I 100% believe Britney knew, Dylan knew, and so there's some question about me. So it's like, okay, well, why would they get rid of her if they know? You know what I'm saying? Then they like they kind of hint at it on the show, like they show a little bit, like Dylan's like, but they don't ever really fully talk about it. It's strange.
Well, yeah, I know. Even on my season, I talked about Dan being a traitor. Oh, well, I guess I'm not worried about my contract anymore. But, I was
don't get fired from the Traitors, Bergie,
like,
please.
I had a feeling Dan was a traitor, so I was telling him like, "Hey, MJ saying your name in the other room." And I talked about that in my talking head, but that never made the season. I was like, oh, like, I was telling my family, like, guys, I'm going to look so smart. I like did this like traitor angel thing that Sandra was talking about. I found one and I was telling him all this. And then the episodes come out. I'm like, oh, I like you. Like, it never was,
I don't get why they don't want that. Like, is that, I don't know, but there needs to be the game is evolving. So it's like, there needs to be some sort of, because it's just some viewers, it's like, well, what is going on? Why are they keeping known? But I think a lot of people do know, like, this is what's happening. But I think from day one, Danielle was going in there to, okay, apparently her number one was Bob. And I do think that, like, someone like me, I do think that she never thought I would be banished. I think that she never thought I would be. My name was never out there. And so it was like, okay, well, I'm going to throw her under the bus. But I feel like she was playing like an individual game, like with the
I feel she's playing an individual game even in her talking heads. I feel like she's lying in her talking heads.
Oh,
I feel like that's what I hate, is that, like, I don't like when we're in a talking head space. I know, like, I feel like that's a sacred space that you have to tell the actual truth. And I want Danielle to be like, yeah, I do. I've not wanted Carolyn here from the beginning. She has a way stronger game. People are believing her way more than me. And I just want that to be actually acknowledged. So I hope at the reunion that comes out, because listen, I don't want to hate. I don't know Danielle in real life at all. She probably is this amazing person, but I'm just talking about what I see on television, and it is very frustrating. I wanted to read you one quote really quick too, that I thought this was kind of cool. You probably already saw this, but Suri from Survivor and the Traitors says, Carolyn, you had it in the bag. You let it get away. You should have let Danielle recruit Britney. If you did that, they would have got Danielle, because nobody would have been looking at you, and they were already on Britney. But that's okay. You came a long way, and you guys are going to rock Survivor 50 together. Would you do Survivor 50? Because I'm a huge Survivor fan.
Of course.
Yes. Okay.
Would you do Traitors All-Stars with me?
Yes.
Would you do Love Island USA?
No. Are you fucking crazy?
Love Island Games season 15. I don't know.
Yuck. But I didn't see that. Where is that? How can I find that?
I saw it on Instagram. I think it was Evan Ross Katz, I believe, posted that.
See, again,
I'll send it to you. Yeah.
I can't keep up with anything right now. Like, I just, everything's so busy. But like, that's the other thing too. I don't think anyone in this world like deserves that, because she is getting so much hate that it's like, oh my gosh. I don't think anyone on this planet like deserves like that much. But yeah, it was hard. And
will you be watching the remaining episodes each week?
Of course. Like, again, and at the end of the day, I got banished, and so it's like, it just sucks. I didn't see it coming. And again, I really try to look at like both sides and blah blah blah. And yes, am I the most eloquent speaker, and am I super emotional in tears and blah blah blah. But like, I'm not kidding you. Like, some of the stuff that's brought up there was something. Oh my god. I was spying on people that day. So there's another like, oh, that's what the hell were you thinking, Carolyn? I wanted to have fun. So I was messing around, and I was like, just being stupid. Anyways, and Ivor was like, girl, like, he didn't say girl, but he's like, what are you doing? And I'm like,
girl, Well, the other interesting thing that they put in the edit was that when you pulled Dylan aside into the other room and Dolores came in and you said, hey, can we have a second? And Dolores walked out right when Danielle was walking out. And I felt like, oh no, because then Danielle was again reminded that you were coming for her potentially or talking about her. And I thought, do you regret that move of having Dolores leave?
I don't, because sorry, like, okay. And Ivor the same, no offense, but like they just weren't really playing anymore. And like I know, like Dolores had said, like I'm so sick of talking about all this and the game stuff. And I know she was like focused on a lot of things, like, you know, the housewives stuff. And I think like it's true, like, because the New Jersey, did they get canceled?
Well, there's a rumor that they're on the bubble. There's obviously some real tension between that cast, so we don't know yet.
And okay, so I know out there it was like, okay, there's like she had like stuff, and I don't want to like share her business, but it was
no, but I mean, obviously they're told they're on pause right now, so
okay,
we all know that.
So out there, like I know that was a thing, and so I felt like she wasn't talking anymore, and you could be like, well, she just didn't trust you. No, I got along just fine with Dolores. She was. But as far as she wasn't, I believe this. She wasn't going to vote for me. She wasn't going to vote for Danielle. And I'm like, I'm not wasting my time. Like she was talking so much about all this other stuff. I'm like, I ain't got time for that right now. I got to talk about this damn game. So give me this time. I don't regret it. Give me this damn time
But then she bumped into Danielle, who was already hot for you. That's that's what I hate, those little moments.
Yeah, that sucks. But like, good. I was so annoyed because I'm like, and then Ivor's like, yeah, it's been a good run. Like I sure got a lot to do at home. I could go home at any time.
Yeah, but this guy's on his 300th cup of tea. He's not made one move in the game.
So what was I supposed to do? And then I had a solid talk with Gabby. I talked with Dylan, but Dylan was like, I'm finally seeing what you're saying. And so, but he's like, I don't think we have the numbers. So essentially it's my fault. And when I say, and then I got called into a confessional, I didn't freaking have time. Where I beat myself up is like, this was the way end of the round table. It's not showing like this is the way end. And in my head, in my heart, I'm like, and that's why I said I stayed true to myself. I didn't want to do it again and go in the turret and do this all over again. And I had this dream, like, I'm going to bring Gabby in and finally have fun. And
dude, that would have been a blast if Gabby was in there.
There's no way that she's got nothing on me. And I remember telling her, like, the only way you're going to be able to get me out is if you go and you make up a bunch of crap about me because you have nothing. And that's exactly what she did. And so yes, she had some points that were valid about the chess thing, but when I watched, like, that was not this, like, come on, there's so much more on her that, come on. The only thing that makes sense is that people obviously knew that she was a traitor and were keeping her. But then the Tom and the, like, come on. So it's like, what chance did I really freaking have? But yes, it's painful. And when I beat myself up, I know she was always going to be coming for me, just like I couldn't let it go. In my heart, though, it really like sucked just being talked to. Like I felt like an idiot.
Oh, dude, she was gaslighting you in the turret when she was like, fine, I guess I have to, since I have to prove my trust to you. Of course you have to prove your trust because you tried to throw her under the bus all those episodes. Of course you have to do that. But she makes it seem like you're the idiot. Like, I guess I have to do this. Like, that's not... sorry, I'm getting angry. Sorry.
As somebody who's been like talked to like that for again, I this is like on a regular where it's like people will talk to me like I am a complete freaking moron. I can't hold it in and just be like, oh, sure, yeah, me and you to the end, sisterhood. I can't. And so I did like try to keep it under. And like, again, I voted with her. I wasn't going for her for 2 episodes. And so I got to a point where like, I can't do this anymore. But I cannot have someone talk that stupid to me and just nod my head and be like, yes, I'll set the end. And so I did get ahead of myself as far as like thinking, like, all I could think in my head is like, we make it to the end and she freaking gets me out, or I was just like, I need to get her out. And so, but I don't think that do I think she ever would have been with me at the end? Come on, hell no.
No,
Also,
hell, that was never. And she's lying to the camera and the talking head about that. There's no way. And it would have been probably a really horrific TV moment for us all to watch. I'm friendly with Mercedes from last season, and she's still pissed about not getting like about CT and Trishelle. She's still angry about that. So people take this super personally because it's such an intense game. Even though
I take it personally because I'm playing as myself, and so that like the basically calling me mentally challenged like that.
Oh, they call you Forrest Gump, Columbo, all of which I love that you're like I don't even know what Columbo is. That was great.
And so, but like so that's what like yes, it hurts. Or feeling like again when I'm talking about Jeremy, and then she turns it around on me and says. And I had to worry about after like using that, turning it and being like, no, Jeremy, what? I'm thinking like, what are you talking about? That's not what happened. And so it's triggering, but also it having people talk to you like that. It is what it is. But I wasn't, as far as like going in there, I'm like, there's no way that like she doesn't have anything on me, but my emotions this is the truth. And this is why I beat myself up is when I get in it. What triggered me was again, the pact about stuff about the swearing and it was like, wait, what? Like, okay, yeah, this is what you guys are doing. This is the way end a round table. So I'm thinking like, I should have just shut the heck up and went through another, because again, this was not like, yes, it's Carolyn and Danielle, but like, I do blame myself. I don't think that it would have gotten, I started it. Do you know what I mean? And I think she was just waiting for the opportunity for me to start it and she was ready with it. Do you get what I mean? She was waiting.
Oh yeah. Ivar started it. And then you finally said, okay, listen, it felt very rushed. The round table, the way we saw it this week felt very rushed.
But the arguments too, again, I'm talking about Jeremy and it's flipped around onto, and Jeremy warned, I'm like, no, like that Jeremy warned me about, like, what are you talking? Jeremy warned, like, and everyone's dead. Like, are you kidding? Or then he was dead. And then I'm like, oh, the coffin theory's done. Like, do you know what I mean? This is literally.
And also that she said Britney. She said that you said Britney's name, which was not correct. You said Britney's name in the turret once. And she says you said it like, so it was like just this blatant lie that she knew she was throwing you under the bus with the Britney element as well.
But turning the things that I was saying to her around on like, and then I was scared, and then calling me the aggressor. And there's just, but this is the stuff that you're not like. Carolyn is a super fan and she sleeps in a cloak and she photoshops herself on the head of a traitor. So this that I'm hearing and so I couldn't believe it. Again, these are conversations that I had like when we're in like the cars together, not on camera. And so I'm thinking, what the hell? But do you think like I am going to expect that everyone here is going to know that the season 2 cast, that everybody is wearing a cloak? No, that was Janelle's body. She wasn't a traitor, but it's not like I can like say this. This is ridiculous. Or like you wanted a traitor in the game. Boston Rob was a traitor because I was the most obvious and most that wanted Boston Rob in. And this is my response. I was like, I'm a Boston Rob fan. So this is the reality of it. And I'm having an argument, like it was crazy because this is all stuff that like, they're not going to say this shit. They're not going to be like, you sleep in a cloak and you photoshopped your head on a body of a traitor.
Well, Carolyn, to be fair, I do that. I Photoshop my body, my head onto a traitor, and I do sleep with.
It's not that weird.
It's very comfortable to sleep in a cloak, guys. It's fine. Yeah.
But can you imagine? So I don't know what you gotta like. I don't care what you put in this, but like, I was so. Yes, I was completely caught off guard. Like that. These are that's what you're. And again, that you're bringing stuff up that we talk about in the. So it just felt so.
Well, okay, two final things that are fun. What did you think of Alan Cumming as a host?
I loved him. Like, I loved him. He's great. Like, he's not like, and that's the thing with Jeff is so like, telling you stories about he's very like disconnected as far as he is there. He's the host. So he's not like super, he picked a fly out of my hair once, but you know, Bergie, like he is very like professional in like, he's an actor. He's doing but yeah, like he does such a great job. I loved him. Like I was a huge Alan fan. Like I was so excited to do this. And so I had a great experience as far as it wasn't like the fun one like Bergie had, but it was still like there was periods that were fun. I still had fun. I didn't expect like I didn't want to do this serious thing. I didn't want to. And I remember even saying, because there was just certain personal things that I just didn't want to bring up out there. And they would constantly ask me like these deep questions. And I'm like, I didn't know he went there on this show. Because I remember asking Sandra, do people even, I was trying to just like.
Sandra from Survivor and the Traitors.
Yes.
Right?
I was just trying to play the game and like, do this whole murder thing and like just, and it really was intense and I didn't expect that level of intensity. And
listen, we love you for all of it. Has any celebrity slid into your DMs? Has Rihanna slid in there? Who is the craziest person that has reached out to you? Because I think you have a huge fan base right now.
You might like not believe me on this, but I recently turned my notifications on. Okay. So
why would you do that? It's got to be blowing up like crazy.
Because I'm trying, because truthfully, I see how active Chrishell is and she comments and likes everything. And I'm like, if Chrishell can do this, I need to too. And I told her, I was like, girl, because she's everywhere. She's good and she's always up on it. And
she's on.
Oh my God. So I'm like, I got to do that too. So I'm going to turn my notifications on. So I did. So the only time I can't keep up with this stuff. I am one person. I don't know how she does it. And so unless I accidentally click on a message to then read it. So then that's the only time I am not looking through my messages right now. I can't. And call me like crazy. I don't want to prioritize people like that.
Why is that crazy? It means you appreciate your life and you hold that in high esteem. That's good.
But I don't want to prioritize like, oh, this person's more important than that one. And like, so do you get what I'm saying? So it hurts my heart. Good. It hurts my heart to have to go through. And I don't want to sift through and like, oh, that one just met. Okay, so I'm going to put you before this. I don't want to prioritize people, so I'll ignore you all.
I like it.
Well, not me and Bergie, but everybody else. Not me and Bergie, but which, by the way, this is so funny. This is how if Carolyn does open my DMs, there's like a DM every week to Carolyn, like, I love you. You're doing so good. Come on the show. Like, so
have I written you back ever?
You have before, but I'm so pathetic. So I just want to say this has been such a dream.
I don't think that I'm shit, and I'm serious when I say that. I think I'm great, and I don't have low self-esteem. But it's like, I don't want to like prioritize people like that. And it's hard. I can't keep up with the DMs. I don't know how people do it. And so I just equally ignore everybody because it's easier. So I don't know who's in my DMs and I probably wouldn't know who they are anyway, because I don't know. Like, girl.
Bergie, anything else from you?
What was your favorite moment if you had to pick one moment from all of Traitors? Or the whole experience?
The most fun.
It have to be like what we saw. Like, was it going to like New York? What was your favorite experience?
Club coming.
That was really cool, but I'll just do the castle. My favorite was, and this is what stuck, like that first came to my head. Obviously, like being chosen as the traitor because I didn't even believe it was real. But doing that day was so effing fun. The episode 7, I think it was.
Was that the bugs?
Yeah. And yeah, that seems crazy, but not the bugs in particular, but just we go up to wardrobe room, we get our little dresses on and seeing like each person like was walking down the stairs, like seeing Boston rock good. He's always wearing his baseball hat and he's all like suited up in this red. It was cool. I was like, girl, he's got this full head of hair. He's like, because I thought like he might be balding or something under that. And so when I see him, like, I was like, wear this stuff more often. Like he's all cleaned up and it was just fun. And we're wearing our little dresses and we like walked down the aisle and it was like playing dress up, and it did. Everyone's like energies and mood just changed that day because we're like, woo! We had like a different like pep in our step, and it was just fun. It was
You could
freaking
tell
fun.
it was so fun
Yeah,
to watch
it was-
as the audience. Like we were like laughing. Like it was so, because there's been some hit or miss challenges, but it's been really good these last couple ones. And especially that bug one. It was just like so comedic. And
was
that's what I was
fun.
like, yeah. And the doll
just
one
like
was so fun too. The doll one was great.
Oh God. And in person, that was another one, a really, really just fun day. And again, Gabby always, like she did, it was such good energy, and just, I just loved being with her. I did. And I felt like finally, and I remember even it was one of the missions, we were going up the hill and we both had a conversation with each other. And she was like, yeah, I've talked to people who have done this show and they said it was like really fun. She's like, this is really hard and it sucks. And so and we were talking about it, and I'm like, girl, like, yes, like, what the hell? And I go, we don't need to. And I don't know why they didn't show this, not talking shit about the show, but like why they didn't show us, like, and I'm like, we don't need to like I go, let's take a break and let's take more breaks, because we don't like get this stupid body up there for what? So she was just a fun person. And so when we're doing like the doll thing, and it was just that
it's the best.
And Tom being all like, it was.
I just want to say, I need to see a Carolyn and Gabby spinoff of some.
That's what
show.
I said. Couldn't you imagine like a road trip with Carolyn and Gabby just going through like the U.S. or even go like put them on like Amazing Race together or something
or
like
Deal
that.
Or
like
No
it would
Deal
be...
Island, instead of having like
Deal or No Deal Island
player, like just go have fun and just go get cases and just make it fun.
I don't understand that show, so I've been watching. Like, can we spoil
Deal or No Deal Island?
Who's out? Is it over now?
No,
it's not
we
over
still
yet.
have episodes. No.
Parvati's still in it?
Parvati is still in it at this point. They got Dr. Will out last week.
Which he's like, girl.
Yeah,
And
it's a lot.
so Parvati's still in the game.
Yep, she's still in the game. She's
Parvati and David from Survivor Australia is still in the game.
Deal or No Deal Island, like people are like, oh, it's like this super strategic game. Like there's really no strategy to it because it's just.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Okay. They're like, you don't did that one kid is gone, right? He was gone the first episode, the one from Wisconsin or something.
Oh yeah, with the strong accent. That was awful.
So he won nothing. He won nothing.
Well, like you get paid to be there, but like other than that, you did. But the prize pot for that is already up to $6 million. The prize pot.
So I'm so confused. So like, okay, you have the banker and you have why? So, but people, because people.
So you do the challenges, which then like tells you if you're going to face the banker or not, or if you win the challenge, you get to choose who faces the banker. And then it becomes regular Deal or No Deal, that game show with Howie Mandel, where you're picking these briefcases and you're trying to get low numbers. And then every 3 briefcases are picked. The mysterious banker will call and say, I'm offering you $200,000 to accept this offer. And you can say Deal or No Deal. Then you say no deal. You pick 3 more briefcases and you're taking all of these big money things off of the prize pot. So
and
the
you
banker
want to stay longer though.
You want to say, you want to say
the last person gets to play an actual game of Deal or No Deal with the actual grand prize.
So what about the people? Okay, so no one's winning any money right now at all.
Nobody's winning money at all.
It's all added to the prize pot,
it's
but
like
it's
Traitors.
$6 million now. It's like the money is insane.
Oh, so wait, what? So so like that kid or not kid, but that guy from Wisconsin, he didn't. Nothing?
He put $1 towards the prize pot. That's all he did. And then
it was a bad start, but now,
So I'm just trying to get this straight.
Yeah, you're good.
No one's winning anything. None of these people until
the last episode, that last person wins it all.
What is the point then? All of these people.
Well, it's like Survivor. It's like you got to.
It's like it's like the most insane prize pot. So if Parvati or David from Australia win, they're going home with. By the time we get to the end, it's going to be like up to $8 million.
But they still got to play Deal or No Deal. They still got to play Deal or No Deal with that $8 million case.
Oh
What are people doing? So even like him being like, "Oh, I'll take this," or "I'll take." He's not getting none of these. What?
It's like when he's doing that, it's adding money to the prize pot.
I'd be
or
like
losing money for the prize pot.
But that's why people don't want to go up against the banker early.
Because if you have a worse deal than the banker offers you, you're out of the.
But they're backstabbing each other, just like Traitors, just like Survive. I mean, like it's all of that mess. But you would be great on it, even though you listen. I want to see you on every television show known to man. What do you watch in your free time? Do you enjoy like just watching TV in the like?
No.
So you won't watch Summer House to see Ciara. You won't watch Jersey to see Dolores.
I like it. I will say this. I really was touched by Good, Ciara's round table. And Good, I was like dying inside. And you think I didn't want her gone because I'm like, well, A, like that she wanted Danielle out, but B, I loved her. Good. Let me just put this in here. I loved her confessional about her mom and being raised by a strong woman. I did. I was like, I was bawling and I made my son listen to it. I had to like mute the swearing, but I was like, it was like just such a strong, powerful, independent woman. And it just good. I loved it, but I'm not.
I watch her on Summer House every season, and I got to tell you, they just started Summer House again, and she had just finished the Traitors, she says, and you can tell she's bringing in that Traitors energy because she goes up against this guy that screwed her over, that she was like kind of like digging, and she like really lets him have it in this past week's episode, and I was like, that's the Traitors right there. You learned something from your experience.
It was, well, because she was pretty quiet, and so I really liked to hear like
backstory.
It was emotional for me, and it sucked that roundtable because it was like I knew that we had to close the coffin theory, and it sucked and it was boring, and those unanimous votes are boring, and it's just like, what am I out here for? To do this bullshit unanimous vote? It sucked. But no,
you have to go with it. You have to go with it because you're you have to like go in the way the direction the waters.
It sucks. But no, I don't watch a whole ton of TV because for like, it's just, I don't, it's just too hard for me to even sit that long. First of all, I have tried to get into the Deal or No Deal Island because of course I want to watch Parvati is on it, but it's like, then I get distracted with a million other things.
Yeah. Well, what do you want to ask at the reunion next week? And are you just excited to see everybody?
I mean, yes.
We need an after party where you and Sandoval sing like a duet, like Islands in the Stream or something, like something.
Oh my gosh.
And again, we would be listening to, because I was in his car quite a few times or whatever. And we would pick like certain songs and he'd play his band and like, cause he's
Tom Sandoval and the Most Extras. Yes.
I'll absolutely. Bergie, you should come. He's going to be at Hinckley at Grand Casino. You know,
you guys, if you go, you better, I'll pay for your tickets to go to this. I'll pay for your tickets. Yeah. You go, boots on the ground.
No,
please.
He's paid. Sandoval's you better put me on the list, Tom. But girl, it's just Hinckley. Come for that. But it's good. His band is going to be at the casino.
You guys have no idea. I've been to a couple of those. It's an experience.
Have you been to Tom's?
Yeah, a couple times. Yeah.
Is he good? You like it?
He's so enthusiastic. He's so enthusiastic. He really believes in what he's doing. It's really.
Don't you make fun of Tom?
I'm not. Wait, Carolyn, you got to understand. I also cover Vanderpump Rules, so from that, like, it was a very personal thing it was just very intense what he did or what he caused.
So you're on that still show. Not okay. I literally just.
Carolyn, I'm not over. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, like, listen. I will say NBC gave him the best gift being on this show because people are finally going, oh, he's funny, he's this, and there's a little bit of forgiveness. But for the Bravo fans, we are such an intense audience, and we really loved Ariana, his ex, and like there was such, like he cheated with somebody else on the show, and it all came out, and there was all these lies and manipulation, and we were all shocked because me personally, I love Tom. Like, that's the guy I looked up to. Like, I'm weird that way. I used to have him on my show. Like, I love that dude. I never in a million years thought he would have done that. But also, I do realize as time moves on, there is forgiveness and there is things like that.
I just did a pod where I said, I literally said, like, if I were to be judged for my past, for every little I get, it's like in the way that people good, I believe that it's like the cool thing to do to drag Tom or I get like, what am I not seeing here? Because again, I just don't think anyone deserves to be like you. Yes, he did something like, no.
But it was on we knew him for 10 seasons. And by the way, because there's a parasocial relationship that is not healthy that the viewers have, myself included. But It's like this same parasocial relationship that I watched you on Survivor and said, I will root for this person every time she's on screen. So it's the same thing. And also, I do know how
He was
like,
really loved. Is that what you're saying? Is people loved?
Yeah, because he was always that goofy guy that was always dressing up in costumes, and so like to me, I was like, I'm a weird guy. I talk about reality shows. That's a weird thing. This is my job. I'm weird, like Tom is weird. So I looked up to that, and then so it was a disappointing thing, but obviously,
well, like
life goes on.
Let him off on probation, because it's like how long does this man have to suffer? And
he's a hero now. Not a hero, but he's being looked at in a different way again. I think he's really
looked at his. I mean, I get it. Like, people are laughing at him, and I've been telling him this. Like, girl, don't. If people are laughing at you, like, don't let them laugh at. Like, laugh with them. Be a part. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just lean into all of this, because you can't change your edit. So it's like, you may as well like get in on the.
Oh, he's so good at. He's like such a reality show like pro. He's been doing this for so long.
Is this his person? Well, girl.
He's been doing this 12 years. Yeah, this is his person. I used to hang out with him outside of this. This is exact. I was at Coachella with him. This is his exact personality. The best part of Tom back in the day is he wanted everybody to he wanted everybody to have fun. He wanted everybody to be included. But then he got lost in the sauce, and he did.
How do I explain this? I know that's Tom. Like, when I'm out there again, and I loved it. I was like, more Tom, because again, he is quirky. He's like, there were times where I was like, this is the male version of me, where there's like, good. Yes. And I was like, I'm not going to lie. I was like, I love this guy. He's so funny, and he's just so strange, but because I love that. But, I tried to watch like the old Vanderpump when I came back. I did. I wanted to see if he was the same. And I watched.
Bergie hasn't watched it either. Yeah.
No, I haven't watched it.
I didn't watch like the whole thing or whatever, but I wanted to see, like, did he have like a different person? Like, do you feel like, obviously there's an edit. Does he have the same in Vanderpump? I only watched.
It's a very similar edit, except that now there's more of not a redemption edit, but he has something to prove. And he even says that in some of his talking heads, he has something to prove. But Carolyn, to your point though, I've heard you in interviews talk about like, the Boston Rob, or even though you love him, like the egos and like men and macho men and stuff like that. And, for me, that's why I think it was so amazing to have you like this strong female in there. And so I'm like, Tom's image is getting rehabbed day by day, but like for me, the focus should be on the women of this game. I think just a little bit more, and I think it is, but I think Tom is getting a real gift from this edit so far, because he is making everybody laugh. He is making everybody laugh.
I agree. I agree. So, but before this, was he like the cool kid on the Vanderpumps?
He thought of himself as the cool kid, but people always kind of been like, well, that's Tom. Like, he's just extreme.
Oh, so he's always had this kind of an arc of.
He had the arc, but you never would have pegged him as the guy that was the cheater. You never would have. That was
he's always been kind of like, and good. I'm very kind with my words, but like, obviously on Traitors, I wasn't sure if they were just like, he had this edit, because again, you could easily make me an edit like that. I'm serious. But I'm more self-aware. But like, you could easily do like the whole like, and I'm like, and doing that constantly. But again, was he like that? Did they edit him like that on Vanderpump? No, he was more a lovable.
Well, I mean, I do find there's lovable aspects of him on the Traitors, but yeah, I mean, like, because that season, like, it lasted 11 seasons, so they would edit him as like he would shave his forehead because it was exfoliating. He would shave it with the razor. There was a lot of moments like he would dress up in costumes. It was the same Tom.
Oh, okay. Like, then that's. I thought like maybe, and again, you can't like hide who someone is, but if this is Tom, like, girl, what is he? So I love it. I think it's great.
We took so much of your time, Carolyn, and I really appreciate this. Bergie, I just want to thank Bergie too, because he made this happen. This wasn't me. And we are now, aside from Carolyn, we are going to let out our anger about this episode away from her so we don't get her in trouble at all. But man, the show is over for me. I do not want to watch because you're not there. But man, I hope our paths get to cross at a different time because you are the best, and you have this whole story that we didn't even get into about how hard you have worked through the years and what a survivor you actually are away from the show. And I just think you're truly amazing. Bergie, anything else you'd like to add?
No, but Carolyn, thank you so much for coming. I had some questions, but you guys covered it. And I just didn't want to like interrupt you guys. You guys had a good flow. So
Sorry.
No,
Yeah,
you're good.
I
You're
overtalk.
good.
I get so excited.
Ryan, you're an amazing interviewer, and it's just like I'm just watching the interview as I'm sitting here, and you just get alive, and I'm like, you're asking this question way better than I could. So
yeah, this is my Make-A-Wish Foundation. So you get the greatest gift of all. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much, Carolyn. Anything
you
you want to say to everybody before you go?
Anything that you want to say? How do we support you from this point? We know you're on Cameo, but you're probably getting flooded with cameos. How do we go follow you on Instagram? You have a website, I believe. We want to get you on Survivor 50, even though I'm sure, who knows, maybe that's already done deal. But we just want to see Carolyn on more television.
I'm trying to get, and I told Bergie this last night because I'm trying, but he already has a co-host, but I'm a Minnesota, like I'm trying
but by the way, Bergie, if you ever want to just cut me out of it and start a podcast with her, I would do that. I would you guys can be two traitors and cut me out and like banish me.
I just have trust issues. I trust nobody. And
you can control the
finances. I trust Bergie,
actually.
I don't trust anybody either, but I do trust Bergie. And this has just been a real joy to talk to him every week. He's just such a good person.
I'm trying to be like, but no, I'm like, there's so many things. It's like, what do I want to do after this? Do I want to blah, blah, blah? And like, it's true. It's like, I can't just go on every single like reality show or whatever. It's true. So no, I want to be the co-host of the Jason show in Minnesota. I already told him.
She's gonna get it.
Wait. What is the Jason show?
It's like a Jimmy Fallon, but for Minnesota almost. Would you say that too, Carolyn?
I don't know what it is. It's popular here. Like it's like a Minnesota. What is it? It's like a talk show.
It's like almost like a late night show.
Well, I would listen to your guys' spinoff. I would listen to you on the Jason show. We will follow you to the ends of the earth. So thank you, and I can't wait for the reunion, Carolyn.
I'm excited.